My child, I see you sitting in the ruins of what you think you have wasted. Your life spread before you like broken pieces of a puzzle you believe can never be whole again. Shards of could have been, fragments of should have done, splinters of if only I had chosen differently. I know the weight you carry, the regret that presses down on your chest in the quiet hours, when the house falls silent, when distractions fade, when you are left alone with the choices you made, the paths you took, the ones you did not. I approach you today not with condemnation, not with the judgment you heap upon yourself in abundance, not with the accusations that echo in your mind at 3 a.m, but with a truth so powerful, it will shatter the prison you have built from your mistakes. A truth that will unlock chains you thought were permanent, that will open doors you believed were sealed forever. Listen closely, not with your ears alone, but with your wounded heart. For what I am about to speak will change everything. I see the photo album lying open on your table, the one you looked through last night at 2 a.m. when sleep would not come. When memories ambushed you, when regret crept in like smoke under a door, you sat there in the dark, only the lamp beside you casting light on those frozen moments. Page after page of birthdays you missed because meetings ran late, because clients needed you, because deadlines demanded the cake, the candles, the small face looking toward the camera looking for you. But you were not there, just empty space where you should have been standing, the recitals you were too busy to attend, the school plays, the science fairs, the games that mattered so much to small hearts. You told yourself you would make the next one. But there was always another reason, another obligation, another thing that seemed more urgent at the time, the tears you were too distracted to notice falling down small cheeks, too absorbed in your phone to see, too tired from work to engage, too stressed about money to be present. You were there in body, but your mind was elsewhere, always elsewhere. You closed it finally with shaking hands, the album too heavy to hold, not because of its weight in pounds, but because of its weight in truth. Whispering words that have haunted you for years, that visit you in dreams, that ambush you in quiet moments. I cannot undo this. I cannot go back. I cannot make it right. The soccer games you skipped, your child scanning the sidelines for your face, finding everyone else's parents, but not you. Coming home with grass stains and a trophy they wanted to show you. But you were already asleep or on another call, or too exhausted to notice. The bedtime stories you delegated to others. The routine you said you were too tired for. The monsters under the bed you were too busy to chase away. The prayers you were too distracted to hear. The I love yous whispered into darkness that you did not witness. The questions answered with half your attention, while your eyes stayed fixed on a glowing screen. Tell me about your day, sweetheart. That is nice. But you did not hear, did not see, did not notice the light dimming in their eyes as they learned not to bother you. I saw you standing at the window last week, watching a father play catch with his son in the yard across the street. The ache in your chest so sharp you had to turn away. That could have been me, you thought. That should have been me. My child, I know about the marriage that crumbled, while you climbed ladders you thought mattered. The words spoken in anger that you would give anything to take back. The silence when you should have spoken love. The absence when presence was all that was needed. I see the resume of your accomplishments gathering dust, the promotions, the awards, the recognition. And I see how hollow they feel now, how they mock you in the darkness, trophies that cannot hug you back, achievements that will not call you on your birthday. You look in the mirror and see someone you barely recognize. Not because of the lines on your face, but because of the life you led, the person you became in pursuit of things that never satisfied. You whisper to your reflection, "What have I done with my years?" I know about the friend you betrayed for personal gain, the colleague you stepped on to get ahead, the family member you cut off rather than admit you were wrong. The pride that has built walls you now desperately wish you could tear down, the dream you abandoned because fear whispered it was foolish. The calling you ignored because it did not promise security, the passion you buried under practical choices, the gift you left unwrapped because someone said you were not good enough. Some nights you lie awake, calculating the years you have left. doing the math, subtracting your age from your probable lifespan. And the number feels so small. Too small to matter. Too small to change anything. Too late to become who you might have been. You see younger people making the same mistakes, and you want to grab them by the shoulders, to shout, "Do not do what I did. Do not sacrifice what matters for what glitters." But your voice catches. Because you think, who am I to speak? Look at the wreckage I have made. My beloved, I did not come today to rehearse your failures. You do that well enough without my help. I came to interrupt your spiral of regret, to catch you before you drown in the undertow of if only. I came to tell you something you have stopped believing. It is not too late. I know you do not believe me. I know those 4 words sound like empty comfort, like something people say when they do not understand. But listen, I am not people. I am the God who makes all things new, and I specialize in resurrection. You think the years you lost are gone forever, erased, wasted, beyond redemption, and you are right about one thing. You cannot reclaim lost time, cannot rewind the clock, cannot undo what was done, or do what was left undone. But here is what you fail to see. Those wasted years can still bear fruit, not by pretending they did not happen, not by burying them in denial, but by allowing them to teach you what precious means, what matters, what lasts. Your mistakes can become your greatest teachers if you let them. The enemy of your soul has been whispering lies to you. The same lies he whispers to everyone who wakes up to regret. It is too late. You have gone too far. You have wasted too much. The damage cannot be repaired. You are defined by your failures. This is who you are now. These are lies, my child, carefully crafted, perfectly timed, designed to keep you paralyzed, to keep you stuck in the past you cannot change, while the present you can change slips through your fingers. The enemy does not want you to know what I am about to reveal. There are 2 kinds of sorrow. One leads to death, the other leads to life. Worldly regret simply rehearses the past, replays it endlessly, tortures you with what cannot be changed. It is a closed loop, a prison, it says, "Look what you did," and offers no way forward. But godly sorrow is different. It acknowledges the truth, faces it fully, feels the weight of it. And then it asks a different question. Not what have I done, but what will I do now? Not who was I, but who will I become? It transforms regret into resolve. You know the stories I have written, the ones recorded in Scripture, the ones remembered across centuries. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness. 40 years that felt completely wasted, utterly meaningless. A brilliant mind shepherding sheep in the middle of nowhere. He was educated in Pharaoh's courts, trained to lead nations, groomed for greatness. Then one moment of rage, one act of violence, one murder witnessed, and everything collapsed. He ran, hid, disappeared into the desert, became nobody, did nothing for 40 years. Can you imagine those nights under desert stars? Moses counting the years, doing the math, watching his youth slip away, his potential evaporate, his purpose die, thinking, this is it. This is all my life will be. Sheep and sand and silence. What a waste. But do you know what I did with those 40 years? I used them to prepare him for 80 more years of purpose. The wilderness was not wasted, not meaningless, not the end of his story. It was the beginning. It stripped away his arrogance, his self-reliance, his need to be important. It taught him humility in the only classroom that teaches it well, obscurity, failure. Starting over, those 40 years gave him exactly what he needed for what came next. Leading a nation requires a man who knows he cannot do it alone, who learned dependence in the desert. His greatest work began at 80 years old, my child. When most people think life is over, when the world says you have nothing left to offer, when you yourself believe your best days are behind you. That is when I called him to the greatest assignment of his life. Peter denied me 3 times in my darkest hour, when I needed him most, when I was being beaten, mocked, condemned. My closest friend swore he did not know me, cursed to prove it 3 times. I heard every word, saw his terrified face, watched him run. Can you imagine that regret? That shame crushing his chest, that memory replaying endlessly. watching me die on that cross, while remembering his cowardice. The rooster crowing, the girl's accusation, his vehement denial. I do not know him, his voice still ringing in his own ears. After I rose, I could have chosen someone else, someone who did not fail me, someone brave, someone loyal, someone who stood firm, but I did not. I sought Peter out, found him fishing, broken, ashamed, certain he had disqualified himself from ever being used again. I asked him 3 times, "Do you love me?" once for each denial, giving him the chance to reaffirm what he had denied. And then I gave him the most important assignment: feed my sheep, lead my church, be the rock on which I build everything. His failure did not disqualify him, it prepared him. The woman at the well had 5 failed marriages behind her. 5 times she had tried. 5 times she had failed. The whole town knew her shame, counted her failures, whispered behind her back. She came to draw water at noon, the hottest part of the day, when no one else would be there, avoiding their eyes, their judgment, their righteous contempt. Living in the shadow of her own choices, believing she was beyond redemption, beyond hope, beyond purpose, just going through the motions of survival. One lonely day after another. One conversation with me changed everything. She became the first evangelist, brought her entire village to meet me. Her broken past became her powerful testimony. I saw you last month. You finally called your children after 3 years of silence. Your hands shook as you dialed. Your voice cracked when they answered. You said the words you had practiced 1,000 times. I am sorry. I was wrong. I want to try again. They did not forgive you immediately. The wounds were too deep. But they did not hang up. They listened. And last week, they agreed to meet for coffee. Just coffee, 30 minutes. It felt like a crumb. But crumbs are how feasts begin. You are on the path now, time you cannot reclaim. But the present you can redeem, the past you cannot rewrite. But its meaning you can transform. You cannot undo 40 years of absence. But you can be present for the years that remain, cannot unspeak harsh words. But you can speak gentle ones now. Here is what redemption looks like in practical terms. It is not dramatic, not a lightning bolt, not a single moment that fixes everything. It is a series of small decisions, daily choices, quiet faithfulness, one right step after another. Let me show you the path. First, you must face the truth without flinching. Write down what you regret. Be specific. Not vague confessions, actual actions, actual omissions, actual harm caused. This is not to torture yourself, but to stop running, to stop hiding. You cannot heal what you will not acknowledge. Do not write this to read again and again. Write it to release it, to take it out of the shadows where it grows larger in darkness. Bring it into light, where it can be seen for what it is, finite, forgivable behind you. Write it, confess it to me. Then burn it if you must, or bury it, or tear it into pieces. Second, make amends where possible, not to earn forgiveness. You cannot earn what must be freely given, but to take responsibility to say, I was wrong. I hurt you. I am sorry. Do not defend yourself. Do not explain. Do not minimize. Just apologize. 3 people. Think of 3 people you have harmed. Write their names. Not everyone you have ever wronged. Just 3, the ones who come to mind first. The ones whose faces you see when you close your eyes. Start there. A letter, a call, a visit if they will allow it. I watched you 2 weeks ago. You picked up the phone to call your brother. You have not spoken in 15 years. A fight over money, over inheritance, over pride. You dialed 6 digits and stopped. Put the phone down, told yourself it was pointless. He would never forgive you, but yesterday you tried again. This time you dialed all 10 digits. Your heart pounded so hard you thought he would hear it through the phone. It rang 4 times. You almost hung up. Then his voice, cautious, uncertain. Hello? You took a breath and said, it is me. I need to say something. You told him you were wrong about the money, about the accusations, about the years of silence. You did not ask him to forgive you, just told him you were sorry. The line was quiet for so long, you thought he had hung up. Then you heard it, a slight crack in his voice. Okay, just okay. But it was enough. Third, invest in the present. You cannot add years to your life, but you can add life to your years. You cannot make up for lost time with your children, but you can be available now. Cannot restore the marriage that ended, but you can learn from it, become healthier. Break old patterns. 1 hour a day. That is all I ask. 1 hour invested in what matters. Not in regret, not in scrolling, not in numbing, but in meaning. Call someone who needs to hear your voice. Write a letter, volunteer, learn something, create something. Pray, be present, small acts accumulate. You think 1 hour is nothing, that it cannot possibly matter, but 1 hour a day for a year is 365 hours. 15 full days invested in purpose, in connection, in growth. Do not despise small beginnings. Mustard seeds grow into trees. Fourth, create legacy from lessons. Your mistakes do not have to be meaningless. They can teach others, not in a preachy way, not standing on a platform declaring what people should do, but in honest conversation, in humble sharing, in I learned this the hard way. Friend, that young colleague at work, the one who reminds you of yourself 20 years ago, ambitious, driven, climbing, sacrificing family for career. You had coffee with him last week, told him your story, not to lecture, just to share. I thought success looked like this. I was wrong. You saw his eyes widen, saw him pause, saw something shift. He went home early that night, surprised his kids at dinner. You got a text the next day. Thank you. You may have changed the trajectory of his life. One conversation, that is legacy. My child, write below one decision you made that you wish you could unmake. Just one. Do not carry it alone anymore. Let others who read your words know they are not the only ones with regrets. This is where healing begins. In confession, in community, in the light, your story is not over. I know it feels that way. When you look back at the chapters you have written, you see waste, failure, wrong turns, dead ends. You think the best parts are behind you, that what remains is just an epilogue to a disappointing tale. You are wrong. The most powerful stories ever told are not about people who never fell. They are about people who fell and rose again, who failed and learned, who broke and mended stronger than before. Perfect stories are boring. Redemption stories change the world. And yours is a redemption story. Every novel has a turning point. The moment when everything changes, when the hero stops running and turns to face the dragon, when the lost soul finds the path home, when the broken person begins to heal. That turning point is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet. A decision made in silence. You are at that turning point now. This moment, reading these words, you can choose to stay in the ruins, to set up camp in regret, to spend your remaining years rehearsing your failures, or you can choose to build something new from the rubble. The choice is yours. I am not asking you to forget the past. Memory has purpose. Consequences are real. Some things cannot be undone. Some relationships cannot be restored. Some opportunities will not come again. I am not offering false hope that everything can go back to how it was. But I am offering true hope that everything can move forward to something new. You cannot resurrect the past, but you can birth a future. Cannot undo what you did, but you can do differently now. Cannot become who you might have been, but you can become who you were meant to be. The greatest stories ever told are not about people who never fell. They are about people who fell and rose again, who failed and learned, who broke and mended stronger than before. Your story is not ruined by your mistakes. It is made powerful by them. Think about the people who have influenced you most. Were they the ones who had it all together, who never struggled, who sailed through life with ease? Number they were the ones who fought through darkness and found light, who hit bottom and climbed back up, who made it through and turned back to help others. That can be you, is you, if you choose it. Your wounds can become your wisdom. Your failures can become your teachings. Your regrets can become your resolve. But only if you stop running from them. Only if you face them. Learn from them. Let them transform you. You do not need to do something grand. You do not need to start a foundation, or write a book, or speak on stages. You just need to do the next right thing today. Whatever that is, one honest conversation, one apology, one act of kindness, 1 hour invested wisely. That is enough for today. Tomorrow you can do another right thing, and the day after that, another. String enough right things together, and you build a new life, not perfect, not without setbacks, but moving forward, growing, healing, becoming. The compound effect of small changes is staggering. If you change one thing today and maintain that change, then add another change next month. In a year you will be unrecognizable, not because of one dramatic transformation, but because of 12 small ones compounded, built upon each other, integrated into your life. Share below the one small step you will take today to begin rewriting your story. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. What is the one thing you will do differently before the sun sets? When you declare it, you commit to it, and I will hold you to that sacred promise you make to yourself. I saw what you did yesterday. You stopped scrolling through your phone and called your mother just to talk. No agenda, no obligation. You have not done that in months, maybe years. She was surprised. You heard it in her voice. Is everything okay? You said yes. I just wanted to hear your voice. You talked for 30 minutes about nothing important. About her garden, about her neighbor's new dog, about the weather, normal things. But it was not normal, it was sacred. Because you were present, because you chose connection over distraction, because you did one thing differently. That is how change begins. Not with grand gestures, but with small rebellions against old patterns. You have lived one way for so long. Changing direction feels impossible, like turning an ocean liner with your bare hands. But you do not turn the whole ship at once, you adjust the rudder 1 degree, then another. The people in your life do not need you to be perfect. They never did. That was never the standard. They need you to be present, to be honest, to be trying to show up. To keep showing up even when it is hard, especially when it is hard. That is what love looks like in real life. Your children do not need you to erase the years you were absent. They need you to be here now. Your friends does not need you to undo the betrayal. They need you to be trustworthy now. Your brother does not need you to rewrite history. He needs you to walk forward with him now. Now is what you have. This moment, this breath, this opportunity. You cannot change what you did yesterday, but you can change what you do today. And today compounds into tomorrow, into next week, into next year, into a life lived differently, better, truer. Let me tell you what your life is not measured by. It is not measured by the number of your years, not by your accomplishments, not by your wealth, not by your success as the world defines it, not even by your failures. Your life is measured by your impact, by the hearts you touch, by the lives you change. 10 years lived with purpose carries more weight than 50 years lived for yourself. One conversation that shifts someone's trajectory matters more than 1,000 hollow achievements. One apology that heals a wound is worth more than a decade of self-justification. You think you have wasted so much time. And perhaps you have. But I can redeem time. I can take what was wasted and bring forth fruit from it. I can use your 40 years of wandering to prepare you for 40 years of purpose, if you will let me, if you will trust me, if you will step forward. You cannot change people you hurt in the past, but you can change people in the next 40 days. Cannot reclaim the moments you missed, but you can make the moments ahead count double. Cannot restore what was lost, but you can create what is new. One person changed by your story, by your honesty, by your transformation. That is a life well lived. That is purpose fulfilled. That is redemption realized. Do not think small impact means no impact. A pebble dropped in still water creates ripples that reach the shore. When you stand before me, and you will, every person does, I will not ask you why you wasted so much. I will not demand an accounting of your failures. I will not shame you for the years you lost. That is not who I am. That is not how I operate. That is not the question I ask. I will ask you this. What did you do when you realized, when you woke up to the truth? When you saw clearly for the first time? What did you do with that moment of awakening? Did you spiral into despair? Or did you rise and walk? Did you stay in the ruins? Or did you build something new? I will ask. Did you forgive yourself as I forgave you? Did you extend to yourself the grace I freely gave? Did you believe that my power to redeem is greater than your power to ruin? Did you trust that I can write beauty from ashes, life from death, purpose from pain? I will ask. What did you do with the people I placed in your path? The ones who needed to hear that they are not too far gone, that it is not too late for them either. Did you hide your story in shame, or did you share it with courage? Did you hoard my grace, or extend it to others? Legacy is not what you leave behind when you die. Legacy is who you touch while you live. The child who sees you apologize and learns that adults can be wrong. The friend who watches you change and believes change is possible for them too. The stranger who hears your story and finds hope. You do not need to reach millions. You need to reach the ones right in front of you. Your family, your neighbors, your co-workers. The cashier at the grocery store who looks exhausted. The young parent in the park who looks overwhelmed. The elderly person in line who looks invisible. Small acts of presence, of kindness, of acknowledgement. These ripple farther than you can imagine. You think they do not matter. But I collect them, I multiply them. I use them in ways you will never see on earth, but you will see them one day, when I show you what your small faithfulness produced. If these words have awakened something in you that you thought was dead, if you feel a stirring toward change you believed impossible, if hope is rising in your chest where only regret lived before, join those who refuse to let regret write their ending. Press the symbol that says you are ready to hear more, to walk further, to become who you were always meant to be before fear and failure tried to define you. This is not the end of your story. This is not even the middle. This is the turning point. The new beginning. I am the God of second chances, and third, and 400th. And I am not finished with you yet. Your past does not determine your worth. Your mistakes do not define your future. Your regrets do not disqualify you from purpose. I can use broken things. I specialize in them. Every breath you take is another chance. Every morning you wake is another opportunity. Every person you encounter is another possibility for connection, for impact, for love, for redemption. Do not waste these chances drowning in sorrow over chances missed. The sun is setting on this day, but it will rise tomorrow. And when it does, you can rise with it. Different, determined, deliberate. You can choose one thing to do differently, then another, until the life you are living bears no resemblance to the life you regret. I am with you in this, not watching from a distance, not waiting for you to get it right. Walking beside you, in the stumbling, in the failing, in the trying again, cheering for every small victory, catching you in every fall. Believing in you when you cannot believe in yourself. Your story is not over. The pen is still in your hand. The pages ahead are blank, waiting to be filled. You cannot erase what is written behind you, but you can determine what is written ahead. Choose wisely, choose bravely, choose love, choose presence, choose now, this moment, this choice, this step. This is where everything changes. Not someday, not when you feel ready, not when circumstances align. Now today, while you still have breath, while you still have time, while you still have the chance to become who you were created to be all along.